Good day, gentlemen. I'm in a fun, passionate, peaceful 7-year relationship with my beautiful girlfriend. But it took a deep transformation for me to actually get here. Because just like you, I was taught that if I'm quote-unquote good, I will get what I want from life, love, and sex. And then I got bullied by the guys and rejected by the girls. The whole being nice thing hasn't worked so well for us, has it? Like, we were taught, hey, be good, be nice, all this stuff. And nowadays, society is ripping apart nice guys and performative males. At the same time, we don't want to be this domineering tyrant. That's not you, that's not me, and that's good. But the path that we were taught to go down is not working. So, I'm gonna share 5 brutally honest love lessons with you that actually made a difference for me. But here's a warning for you. These will fundamentally change how you see yourself and how you act in relationships. Let's get right into this. For lesson 1, let's be honest, a lot of us grew up seeing some kind of dominant male figure early on in our life. And we realized very early on that that is not how we want to treat women. And so because of that, because we thought, hey, this is crazy, I don't want to be this guy, we thought, let me do the exact opposite of that. But the opposite of crazy is still crazy. And that's why the nice guy's path does not work. For example, we can look at the masculine archetypes, the king, the warrior, the magician, and the lover. And the king is the one that encapsulates all the other ones as well. And guess what the shadow sides, the negative sides of the king are? The tyrant and the weakling. And this is built like a triangle, right? You have the king up here, then you have the tyrant as the active shadow side, and you have the weakling as the passive shadow side. So this is a triangle, meaning the truth, the desired state that we want to be in is the elevated middle between those two shadow sides, the tyrant and the weakling. And so the answer is not to be nice. The answer is to be kind. And here's the difference between the two. Being nice is based on fear. Being kind is based on love. Being nice is trying to get something in return. Being kind is just giving for giving's sake. It's true, a good woman wants a man who can be disciplined, can be strong, can be a leader. But she also wants someone who can be kind, can be loving, can be caring. These two don't oppose each other, they actually support each other. I'll give you the opposite example, because there were many situations where I was being nice to someone, and eventually that led to me resenting them. And really my niceness then turned into anger and frustration and hurting them without really wanting to. A previous client of mine named Alex had experienced that as well. And this brings us on to lesson number 2, because Alex started resenting his girlfriend quite heavily after a while of being nice to her. And it actually led to him ending the relationship with her, which is when he came to me for guidance, because he didn't know whether he made a mistake. He didn't even know what he really wanted from this situation. And fucking hell, it's starting to rain now. I already should have brought a jacket, I'm already freezing, it's way colder than I expected, but now it's also starting to rain. This is not good, boys, but I'm gonna film this video for you because this is fucking important and I don't wanna wait because the next 3 days will be rain as well again. Yeah, that's the thing about living on the coast, sometimes it just rains like crazy. Anyway, over the next couple of weeks of me working with Alex, not only did I help them reconnect with each other, because Alex did in a way make a mistake, but like he just made an impulsive decision. But also, Alex was now at a point where he was able to show up for himself in a way that allowed him to show up for his girl in a truly loving way, not expecting anything in return, but simply giving for giving's sake. Alex got to a point where he loved himself enough to not act out of fear anymore, and he understood more and more that the only way to build a truly deep relationship is to first build that level of love and trust with yourself, and then continuing to pour into that tank of yourself every single day while you're in that relationship. Boys, I just remembered I had a jacket in my backpack the whole entire time. Anyway, now we can continue. Because what happens then is you are able to actually give that love to your woman as well. Not from a place of fear, but from a place of genuinely wanting to be there for her. and you're not expecting anything in return anymore, meaning she can now also take your kind gestures and your gifts. She can truly accept them. She can truly appreciate them, because for the first time she knows that she doesn't have to give anything back in return because you're so insecure. And because I know that some of you will be interested in how you can work with me as well, just like Alex did, here's what you can do. There's a link in the description of this video. You can click that and apply for a free alignment call with me after this video is over. So check that out. I'll explain this more at the end. So, lesson number 3. If you never stand up to her, she knows that you will also never stand up for her, and she can never fully trust you. This doesn't just go for women, this goes for every single person in your life. Because if a person is able to kindly prioritize themselves, if that's what they need, then we know that they will also kindly prioritize us if we need that. And then we can trust this person. As a man, you can look another man in the eyes and instantly tell whether you can trust him or not. And trusting a nice guy is pretty much the most difficult thing to do, especially for a woman, because she knows that he doesn't have any boundaries for how others treat him. So why would he have any boundaries for how others treat her when she's with him? This goes further. Most men never speak about what they want and what they need from their woman in a relationship because they're afraid of those difficult conversations. It's easier to just pretend that you're fine, right? And then we get back to the topic of resentment, because of course that builds resentment if you don't get your needs met. But she doesn't even know your needs, man. And man, of course it is difficult to tell your woman no, or to prioritize your own needs, or to even speak about what you want in a relationship after a lifetime of being conditioned in the exact other direction, of always being selfless and never speaking about your own stuff, and always being there for other people, always being nice, always being good. It's not even really your fault that you are here. You've just been conditioned by so many people and circumstances in your life. It's not your fault. But it is damn sure your responsibility to make sure that you get out of this. This is still so difficult for you because you haven't understood one crucial thing. And this brings me on to lesson number 4. You're not needy. You're just not getting your needs met. The moment I understood the truth behind this statement was the moment that everything changed for me. Because for every single nice guy, including my past self, it comes with a certain fear about potentially losing a partner, or losing a potential partner that you're maybe going on dates with or texting back and forth with. And this constant preoccupation leads you to feel like you're walking on eggshells, which again leads to you always trying to do everything right for your partner, instead of thinking clearly and figuring out what's best for both of you, including you, including your own needs. Instead of thinking clearly and behaving authentically, you do what you think she wants you to do. But you don't even know this. You become a Jedi at reading subtle signs of danger and subtle signs that you should change your behavior for her. For example, her not adding the usual heart emoji to her messages quickly turns into, oh, she doesn't love me in your own mind, right? When really that's not the truth. Or her saying she's really tired and needs to get up early tomorrow for work when you try to initiate sex at 11:30 p.m. quickly turns into, she doesn't find me attractive, she's probably cheating on me. When really, that's not the truth. She's genuinely just tired because you've waited until 11:30 because you're so afraid to initiate sex. And you try to keep those fears and those thoughts hidden from her, even hidden from yourself. But then eventually, they always build up and burst out in this explosion of neediness. And of course that makes you unattractive, not because you're needy, but because it's unfair to her. Let's consider an alternative path. What if you openly spoke about your needs? And what if your woman, as the loving person that she is, meets those needs? What would happen? Would you still feel so needy? My own experience, the experience of all my clients, and the experience of the entire field of attachment science has a very clear answer on this. Once our needs are being met, they become less and less important to us. This is firstly because getting our needs met helps us heal our attachment wounds, aka building a more secure attachment style. And secondly, It helps you to not end up in this downward spiral where every tiny thing triggers you. Look, for example, I got super anxious every time me and my girl were on long distance. And so eventually I told her about this whole neediness topic and about how we can solve this to build an even deeper bond together, which is what both of us wanted anyway. And so in this situation, I asked her whether she could call me 3 times a day while we were on long distance, and this helped a bunch. Even though we most of the time didn't even talk on the phone. I didn't even see that she called me because my phone was on airplane mode while I was working, and back then I was working 80 hours a week, and so I only saw that she called me when I took my phone off of airplane mode while I had dinner. And then I saw, oh, she called me 3 times today. Wow, this is awesome. Let me quickly call her back, give her a text, whatever, but it simply signaled to me that she cares about me, that I'm important to her, and that helped a lot. And now we're on long distance right now. She's back home in Germany, I'm not, and we're doing fantastic. This is not even necessary anymore. We maybe talk once a day, we'll see how it goes, right, if we both have time, but this is completely okay. I'm not feeling insecure anymore. Great. So now you just have to openly communicate your needs without being ashamed of them, even though people throughout your whole life subtly told you that you shouldn't have those needs. That's a big ask, isn't it? Because what if even your woman is one of those people? What if she isn't happy to help? What if she thinks that you're an insecure loser? That brings me on to lesson number 5. This is by far the most important lesson in this whole video, because I always keep the most valuable, most insightful lessons to the end of these videos, so only guys like you who are actually serious and who actually pay attention here get these lessons. This ties everything together. You will never be with a woman who is right for you and who wants to help you by hiding who you are, or by hiding your needs, or by hiding your intentions. 2 great examples for this are my own relationship and the relationship of Chris Bumstead and his wife. And now you might think, oh yeah, sure, Chris Bumstead, bodybuilder, fucking entrepreneur, rich, jacked, successful. Of course he has a great relationship, right? Well, do you know how him and his wife first met? His wife, Courtney, reached out to him. Not because of his muscles, not because of his money, but because she saw a YouTube video of him where he openly talked about his struggles of a very difficult bodybuilding prep, and he cried in that video. And she thought, wow, that guy is different. That guy is not afraid to show who he truly is. That guy is courageous. He combined discipline and hard work with the courage to share what's truly going on behind the scenes, putting the mask that most men wear down. She saw this humility, this humanness, this vulnerability in him, and that impressed her, because most men in such a high up position as an athlete or as an entrepreneur or whatever, or most men in general, honestly, they never show those sides of themselves out of fear. But Chris overcame that fear. He didn't use his success as an armor to protect him from rejection. And a lot of women might not like that side of Chris Bumstead, and that's completely okay. He said himself on Chris Williamson's podcast that those women are simply not for him. So yes, it filtered out a lot of women, but those were women who weren't looking for depth anyway, but Chris was looking for depth. And despite what being on the internet might make you think these days, there is an abundance of women who are looking for depth. You're just not meeting them because you're not showing that depth of yourself. A good woman won't waste her time with you if she can instantly see that you are playing a role, that you're putting on a mask. And yes, look man, ambition, drive, goals, that's all great. Discipline, fantastic. We need that. Most of the men watching my channel, they are those kind of men, and I am as well, right? We build businesses, we're athletes, we run ultra marathons, that kind of stuff. But us driven men, we need to understand that this drive doesn't mean that we can't show our humanness. It's not this or that, drive or humanness. It's this and that. Dude, the first date that I ever went on with my girl was after she saw me in a very human, very vulnerable position. And then she decided to go on a date with me. Everyone, especially an intuitive, feminine woman, knows that a man who acts invincible is really just insecure about his shortcomings. Chris Bumstead's and my own relationship started on this foundation of realness, rawness, authenticity, honesty, humanness. And for that matter, every single relationship that I know of that is working well years in, where I know the details because these people are my friends or something, all of these relationships that are still working well years into the relationship have started on that foundation. Look, we've all been through shit, and it is fucking courageous to get up again and again and to choose to love again and again. There's this guy named John Bellion, a musician who you might have heard of, and he stepped away from music a couple years ago and recently came back with many bangers, one of them being called Why. And I want to read you some of his lyrics, because he starts the song with, "I'm scared to meet you, 'cause then I might know you. And then once I know you, I might fall in love. And once I'm in love, then my heart is wide open for you to walk in, drop a bomb, blow it up." And then he goes on to say, "If the higher I fly is the further I fall, then why love anything at all?" I'll be honest, man, these lyrics really touched me because I like that the song is called Why, because it just poses that question to every single one who actually listens to the lyrics, which I did. And man, it's fucking courageous to continue opening your heart, even after going through pain. And I want to commend you for that, because it truly makes the world a better place. And this is what us driven, yet self-reflected men do. And just logically thinking, we can also, quote-unquote, justify going through pain a couple times, because in the end, we only need to win the game of love once. Keep that in mind, brother. And if you're one of the men who are considering getting my help to make this transformation, then I want to offer you my help, and I want to explain to you how you could literally be talking to me personally within a couple hours from now. Because I've already helped a bunch of men like Alex, who I mentioned earlier, and I've helped them get from a point very similar to where you're at right now to a point where they had built this truly fulfilling relationship, where they felt supported, they felt respected, they felt admired, they felt trusted, and they were able to help their woman feel loved and feel joyful and feel radiant. What I offered all of these men, and what I'm going to offer to you as well right now, is a free alignment call with me, which is not a free coaching call. I want to make this very clear. This is not a call where you can just talk to me for 60 minutes and get my advice. This is not what this is for, because that would only help you make a surface level transformation, if at all. I'm here to help men make a true transformation. And so this call is there for us to essentially, for me to learn about your situation and for us to figure out whether we are a good fit to work together, whether it makes sense for us to work together in a bit more of a long-term setting, so that I can actually help you get where you want to go in terms of relationships, because that's what I'm here for. And so if you're interested in that, if you realize that I can help you, because otherwise you wouldn't have watched this video all the way, then what you can do is you can click the link in the description of this video. It will take you to a page where you fill out an application form. That's 6 questions. It takes literally 2 minutes. And then if your application goes through, you can automatically schedule that free alignment call with me right then and there. Meaning you could literally be talking to me within the next couple hours from now if my calendar is still free today. And if not, then you will be able to schedule a call sometime over the next few days. So dude, man to man, if this is something that's important to you, if you are this driven man who maybe has reached success in other areas of his life, in his career, in his health, in his fitness, but in terms of relationships, you're not really where you want to go, then you're exactly who I work with, and you're exactly who I can help best. So stop being passive in terms of relationships, take control of your situation, quit procrastinating, click that link right now, fill out the application, and then hopefully I'll talk to you very soon on one of those alignment calls. I'll see you in there. Have a great day. Wow, boys, what a sunrise. Holy shit. This is insane. What a sunrise with the fog and everything. Dude.